handling a difficult manager or a boss. Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel Manage Better. In this series focused on career related issues, I am scheduled some videos addressing issues that most of us face during our mid-career. Today we will be diving into a topic that many of us face at some point in our careers, handling a very difficult boss or a manager. Let's break it down into some simple actionable steps. Firstly, what are the symptoms of a difficult manager? Here are three common signs. First, micromanagement. Your manager constantly checks on your work, leaving you with little or no autonomy. For example, they might want to know or approve every single email before you send it, which can be very frustrating and stifling, and you will feel very micromanaged. Second, unclear expectations. They often give you vague instructions and then criticize your work for not meeting their unspoken standards. For instance, you might be told, make this report better. Now, this doesn't really mean anything. There is no specific guidance around what is better, and it leaves room for a lot of ambiguity. Three, public criticism. Instead of providing feedback in private, they criticize your work or behavior or in general talk about you in front of colleagues. This is highly embarrassing and insulting at times. Imagine presenting in a meeting when you are being openly called out for minor mistakes. Why is it important to manage such situations? Why should you even bother? When your manager doesn't bother about you, why should you bother? It is actually important. Managing this situation is essential for your mental health and career growth. You don't want a toxic environment day in, day out. You don't want mental stress. We are already are very stressed. We don't want this situation. And in mid-career, this could mean a career slowdown of 3 to 5 years, sometimes even longer. So you really need to solve this issue. As we all know, a toxic work environment can lead to stress, burnout, and a lack of job satisfaction. Moreover, learning to navigate these challenges can enhance your resilience. And before we get to what to do, let's discuss what not to do. Firstly, don't react emotionally. Avoid emotional reactions or responding with anger or frustration because this only makes the situation worse. This can only escalate the situation and harm your professional reputation. Two, don't gossip about it. Discussing your manager's behavior in public or in private with other colleagues can create a toxic work culture, and you will be the one who's now creating the toxic work culture. The exact culture that you don't want, you are now contributing to that culture. So please don't do that. And in general, word will get around and your manager or boss will get to know that you are talking about him or her. You don't want that. Third, don't ignore the issue. Do whatever you can, but don't ignore the issue. Hoping that the problem will resolve itself is never a good solution. It is never effective. Addressing proactively is the key. Okay, so now we have dealt with symptoms. Now we've dealt with three things that you should not do. Let us now look at 5 things that you can do to manage the situation. And you might be wondering, how do I know? Right? So, who am I to talk to you about all this? So, I have been coaching people for some time, and over a long professional career, I have also managed very large team up to about 500 people, and might have coached in around the same number in the last 3 4 years. During this coaching stint, I find a lot of people having these issues about difficult managers. Sometimes the issue is with the people themselves because they tend to believe that everything around them, everybody around them is conspiring. Usually that is not true. But very often there is truth in this that the manager is a very difficult manager. And we did discuss some cases. In my experience, I've been able to suggest a few things that people can do. And here is a summary of those 5 things that people can do, and you could benefit from this. First up, seek clarity. Ask for specific instructions and deadlines. For example, if given a vague task, you could say, could you please specify or clarify what specific changes you would like in this report and by when? This will first of all help you clarify and understand what your manager asks. It will also put some pressure on your manager to be clear about his or her ask. There are chances that some manager will react violently to this. But hold on, stay patient. Invariably, most managers will understand that all you are asking for is some clarity and they will provide it. So, number one, seek clarity. Number two, document everything. Keep records of your communications and work. Now, this is not just in case it becomes a legal issue. It also helps during your normal day-to-day work as well. This can help you protect if there are some disputes. Follow up verbal instructions with some confirmation email. Just for example, you could say, just to confirm, you would like the presentation to focus on Q2 results. Is that right? Now, this is sufficient to give your manager some scope to change things, and maybe they can reply saying, no, I want Q2 results, but in trend format or something. Third, establish boundaries. Politely but firmly set boundaries. Set limits. If your manager emails you after hours and you don't want to be in that situation, you could respond, I will address this first thing in the morning, or you will have this by 9 a.m. tomorrow or 10 a.m. tomorrow, and something like that. This will convey the message that you are not interested in working after hours on a regular basis. Everybody knows that once in our working day stretches a little bit. That is normal. And in some roles, actually, the working day is very, very long. For example, with medical representatives, for example, with salespeople, but they do also get enough breaks during the day. So I'm talking about a general situation where there are clear working hours. After that, you can actually draw some limit. Fourth, seek feedback. Extremely important. Constructively request feedback in a way that shows your willingness to improve. Remember, your manager may not be inherently difficult. There are certain situations, conditions in which he or she has become a little difficult. Now, if you make things easier for him or her, then of course, the situation overall will become a little easier for you. For example, you could say, I will appreciate your feedback on the latest project. How can I get better? How can I align my work with your expectations? Or you can seek a one-on-one meeting. Some years ago in my own career, I was struggling with a manager of mine, and I found that after about he was staying very aloof, and I was not able to get a good connect with him. And I clearly explained that, Mike, I need some advice in this. I am noticing that, there is, frost in our relationship. I don't want this. I think we can do better. And it helped because he also said that, yes, I have also noticed that maybe I am contributing to it. Let's make a fresh start. And things got really, really good after that. So you can actually do this something like this, but please be careful because some people are not open to this kind of a conversation. Lastly, know when to escalate if this situation does not improve. You have every right as an employee to raise the issue with HR or your higher ups. But before you do that, please try the tactics that I've suggested. Please also take advice from your friends, colleagues, or from HR. And certainly document all these issues, because if the issue becomes a little bit more public, if it escalates, you will need that evidence because you are fighting against somebody who is far senior to you. Handling a difficult manager is not easy, but with the right strategies, you can navigate this situation effectively. There are many situations in my long career that I have had difficult, toxic managers. But with a little bit of tact, with a little bit of effort, I was able to turn most of the situations around. And my endeavor has been that when I am a manager, I am not one of those toxic managers. All you can do is to control the damage and make sure that there is no career damage to you. In this quick video on managing difficult or toxic bosses, I was able to share with you some symptoms of such bosses, and 3 things that you need not do and 5 things that you can do. So I hope this will help you manage your toxic boss and manage better till next time. Thanks for watching this far, and if you like this, please like, comment and share, and of course subscribe so that I can bring such content to you